Hello, everyone. I'm Mark,
I'm Rob.
and welcome to Mark and Rob's Sports Showdown, the hottest and best sports talk show on YouTube and on the planet, and even in Mars, because we invited Martians because we're not prejudiced against green people. So, anyways, Rob, we got a big game today. We're going to get to in a minute. Just want to remind people to subscribe, hit that notification bell when you do. We really are looking for women and people under the age of 45. Those are the demographics we're trying to improve on. So if you're that, we want you, just like Uncle Sam. Anyways, hey, if you like the video, please hit the like button and make intelligent, non-insulting comments, which our fans have been doing, and I'm really impressed. We must have a really smart group.
Yes.
Anyways, Rob, there is a big game today.
Yes,
Indiana
sir.
Fever against Chicago Style rematch. Last time Indiana won by 1 point on an extra free throw after, guess what? After Chennedy Carter shoved Caitlin Clark to the ground with her shoulder and hip checked, and that was the deciding 1 point was the deciding game. It should have been flagrant 2, as we've discussed before. The league didn't do enough. What do you think? How important is this game, Rob, and why?
Mark, I think this is the most important game of the season, not just for the both teams. I think just for the league because of what happened the last time. I mean, what's going to come into play is how the players react to each other. This is going to be a rival for a long time with the two young players, and then also with the referees and how they ref that game last time was horrible. So the eyes are going to be on them. People are going to watch this game to see how they call this game. They might call it too tight, whatever, but still they're going to keep their eyes on what's going on in this game. And also with the coaches, both coaches, and then also with the commissioners. So if something happens like last time, then we'll see we're going to see what she's going to do.
Which one?
With the commissioner, see if she's going to react to like
what the commissioner's going to do. You talked about the coaches too. I just want to make sure. Okay. Yeah. So what the commissioner's going to do. Okay. Yeah. And how the coaches react to if there's a physical violence going on or cheap shots or anything like that, how the two coaches react. I think that's important too. But Rob,
players, yeah.
I understand your point, and here's another thing. This may be the highest rated game of the year because it's on a network and it's a rematch, and because of what happened last time with the cheap shot, and it's afternoon, and there's nothing really going on major in sports this weekend. So I'm looking to, it was 2.13 million for Clark's debut, and I'm looking at this is going to be 2 to 3 million because it's a network. I have no idea what. It could surprise me and go higher than that. It could be, 1 million. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Sunday gets even higher ratings than a Saturday game, and they got it at noon. And I think it's an important game for the Chicago Sky because they've lost. What did I say? They lost 5 of the last 6.
Yeah.
So it's 5 of the last 6, I believe. And Chennedy Carter is playing well for them. I have to say that she gets 13 points a game, almost 12.9 points a game. And she gets like 3 rebounds for him and 2.3 assists. And she gets like a steal a game. So she comes off the bench and plays real well. Angel Reese has had good numbers, except her shooting is just still too poor for a big person, and she doesn't get any blocks. Right. Cardoza, this is her numbers because we never have gone over them in other videos. She is averaging 20 minutes a game. She's coming back from an injury, as most of you know. 8.2 points and only 3 rebounds. She's capable of, 5.7 rebounds. 3 of them are defensive, 2.7 offensive. But only 0.7 blocks, and she's 6'7". So, we'll see. I'm not going to criticize someone who's coming back from an injury and wasn't there when this season started. But, they got a big front line, so that's going to be a problem for them.
Do you think, I'm sorry, Mark, do you think that with the fans, that they're going to do every time Carter touches the ball, they're going to be booing her? Or?
So the game is in Indiana. So, yes, right. I think that's going to happen. I'm not a booer, so I don't know. I would boo a cheap shot. I wouldn't boo a player just for playing. But like I said, they've lost, 5 of the last 6, and they lost to the Mystics.
Yeah, this is a good team.
Well, the Mystics aren't a good team, but they're better than their record, as they've shown, because they won 2 straight. They were better than a team that had not won any games. Let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think this is an important game for them because guess what? If you look at the schedule, I mean, this Indiana Fever's played a much tougher schedule than Chicago Sky. So it wouldn't surprise me if Indiana Fever is actually a better team than Chicago Sky. And Indiana Fever's only 1 game out of playoff contention, 4-8 compared to 4-10. That's only 1 game. So Really. Indiana Fever could easily make the playoffs because their schedule is much easier than it used to be, than it was before.
Well, that's what the focus should be. I mean, that's why it's also, like I said, that's also an important game. It's also a game for the teams to get into the playoffs. So it's going to be, this is probably, like I said, this is going to be one of the most exciting games I think for the season, for those reasons I stated.
Yeah, it will be exciting and important. And let me know what you think in the comments down below in terms of what you think, how the commissioner is going to handle if there's something comes out with some, cheap shots or violence or flagrant ones or flagrant two, whatever you want to call them. But there were some stats about the schedule, and they had the hardest schedule, Indiana. Now they have like the easiest schedule, and they had the fewest, tied for the fewest home games, and now they have tied for the most. So things like that. Their schedule is lighten up. They have 3.5 days in between their games on average instead of one before. So their schedule is favorable for them to make the playoffs if they can get a team that runs an offense that everyone's happy with. Right now, Clark's not happy with the offense, and I don't think it's going to work going through Boston when you got Cardozo and Angel Reese in the post there.
I was just gonna mention that. I was gonna say I want to see if this so-called give the ball to Boston offense is going to work, because they have two big women in there, and for her just to turn around and shoot it, like I said, they don't have to jump. I mean, I'll just put their arm up and they'll block the shot. That's one thing about with the women's basketball. They don't have to have the leapers that jump out of the gym and knock the ball into the stands. They just put their arms up and the shot will be blocked.
Rob, I know that Leah Boston fans think she's the best player in the team, but she's not. Clark is the best player in the team. They just got to put in a position to use her skills properly. And I like Leah Boston, and she's a good player. She had a great year last year for a rookie, but Clark is more talented than her, more important to the team. And what Coach Sides does, I have no idea. But if she does what she does last game, they're not winning this game.
No,
they need to get Clark involved. And
like I said, they were doing more ball movement and screens. Like a lot of the smart people who commented also, they mentioned like those screens aren't that good. And also Boston's pick and roll is not that good. She's not that fast for the pick and roll. So I don't know how she's going to change her offense, but hopefully they work better on setting the screens to open up the game.
Yeah, she'd be a better player if she was faster, but she's not. And that's part of the limitations of her game. But we'll see what happens, Rob. I'm looking forward to the game. And I think everybody else is too. And I think it's going to get high ratings, and I don't know what else to say except I hope there's not a bunch of cheap shots.
Yeah,
and if it does, I hope.
Just play hard. Both teams just play hard to try to win the game.
Here's an interesting thought, Rob. What refs did she choose for this game?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I want to see.
Did she choose the absolute best refs, or is there a rotation system that's already in place?
There is no best refs so far in the WNBA.
I didn't say there was any good refs. I'm just saying the best in the WNBA. I'm just wondering. I don't know. You said you refed and your dad refed. I don't know. But of course this is different because it's a professional league. But is there a rotation system that's already set in place in the season?
Yeah, they have rotation. Yeah, there's a rotation who does the games. But I mean, they could also change that. They could say like, because of the situation that happened last time.
That's it for today. Please hit the subscribe button. And we're going to have a bunch of other videos today. We're going to have a bunch of short videos today on different topics, including Serena Williams, what she had to say about Clark, and things like that. All right. Don't forget to hit the like button and make intelligent, non-insulting comments. And we appreciate your support. And we had a Monday, 7 to 8 Eastern time, which is tomorrow. We have a live show. So please join us for that. You can make comments, or you can actually call in and talk about whatever you want to talk about. And so we appreciate your support.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Peace out.